This extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
Strictly professional.
Oh, he's a man. He had a beard.
Private man. Try anything once.
The safe word will be whiskey.
Try.
Spell red.
L-S-T-E-R.
Would you like a sweetie?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Everything that goes up must come down.
I see titties so big, small nipples too. I see them all to make me go, and I think to myself, what a wonderful home. Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 8th episode of Fry My Brain Cells. I'm your host, your boy, Seany Andrews. If this is your 8th time watching the show, thank you very much. If this is your first time watching the show, thank you very much. Hope you like the show. If you were easily offended, go fuck yourself, Duffy. You're not going to have fun, kids. So this weekend I decided to take it a bit easier because I've been going out a lot lately over the last couple of months. Well, over the last 2 months, I'd say maybe 2.5 at least. I've been going out drinking a lot, not too much, but last bank holiday I forgot to finish the story last week. The aftermath of the domestic violence in the barracks. I had drank all day there. I drank, I'd say, I started off drinking beer, a few pints. Then after a few pints, went on to cocktails, then back onto beer, a few bottles of Corona, and then decided to go back on to cocktails. And then spirits were thrown in the mix, shots were thrown in the mix, and I was just inaudible at the end of the night. Went into a Chinese restaurant, and not even with the mates I went out with another mate who was in there already ordering something. He had to order for me because I couldn't speak. I went straight up to the counter and said, "Hi, how's it going? Can I get a sweet chili chicken fried rice chicken, please? Thank you very much. My name's Sean. Thank you." Everyone just stared at me. She was like, "What? Oh, my apologies. Can I get a sweet chili chicken fried rice honey chicken? And my name is Sean. Thank you very much. Pleased to be here." And she was like, "I honestly haven't got a fucking clue what you just said to me." So my mate just cut in and he's like, "Can he just get a sweet chili chicken, honey chicken, and egg fried rice, please?" "Yeah, thank you, what he said. Thank you very much." I was so fucked up. I went an absolute show of myself. So this weekend I decided to keep it a bit quiet, and I just watched the UFC on Saturday night and then watched the Kelly Harrington fight. I didn't have intentions to stay for the Kelly fight because I didn't know what time the UFC was going to be over at, and then if it was going to be too much time in between the Kelly fight and the UFC, because for those of you who don't watch UFC, it's normally not over till like 6 a.m. in the morning. But Kelly's fight was on at 6, so I was like, oh, thank fuck. Stayed up and watched that. Congratulations to Kelly, but I have to say, is his name Peter Collins? Hang on 1 second. Google search Peter Collins. I'm pretty sure his name is Peter Collins. Yeah, Peter Collins. What a fucking vampire. When does this dude ever sleep? I don't know if you are thinking, who the fuck's Peter Collins? I put a picture right here. This dude has been up for every fucking game in the Olympics. Our team must have an endless supply of cocaine for that man. Like, in fairness, stayed up for the Kelly fight. He's there hosting and whatnot. I think he's been hosting almost every panel. Then later on in the day, there was like fucking, I don't know, javelin throwing or some shit. Cunt is still watching it. And here we are in Tokyo, watching the javelin and shot put will be falling over straight after. Congratulations to Kelly there for receiving the gold medal. We're going on to the women's 50 meter hurdle. I'd like to thank RTE for the endless supply of cocaine. I know I'm laughing at my own jokes, but it's just so funny. He's watched every fucking game. Even the weirdest sports. And how will North Korea do in the rock climbing today? Expert sitting on the panel that I don't know. Oh, that is the good stuff that RTE have given me today. Now we're watching the men swimming solo freestyle. Oh. I just can't believe that he's watched every fucking sport. It's fucking nuts. And I know all he's doing is sitting in the studio, but like it's long hours. Sitting under the fucking studio lights and shit like that and still be able to fucking conduct interviews and stuff. Like fair fucks to the man, but like they must be giving him endless supply of cocaine. What a dude. Anyway, moving on with the show. It is the return of Yanks acting the wank. And I have 3 clips today. One has a... Like, I know every now and again I say, like, I've found a superstar that I'm going to keep bringing onto the show. And I found another one yet again. Now, I found this guy a long time ago, and I'm not going to steal credit. The first time I ever seen him was on Your Mama's House. But when I was looking for clips for Yanks acting the wank, I was just searching videos of outraged people and people, public freakouts and shit like that. And one of his videos popped up. And I'm not going to steal credit. This guy the inspiration came from Your Mama's House. But I'm not going to play him till later on. But the Fed smoker is who he is. I'll give a bit of a backstory in a bit. We're not going to start with him, but I'm just putting out there, disclaimer, I'm putting homage to where I got inspired to pick up this guy. But we'll start off ironically, in Long Island, because you'll see as soon as the clip starts, he's not very long or tall.
Why is that okay?
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Who said that to you?
I hear you, man. As a short king myself, I've often got, like, normally you'd be talking to a woman on Tinder or that for like 2 or 3 days. And then I think she's like continually looking at your photos and you're like, hang on a minute. And then she drops you with that bomb. That height bomb. By the way, what height are you? Uh-oh! Looks like it's time to be unmatched. Oh, you're 5'5"? Oh. I think we'll just be friends. That sounds like the height of my new best friend. Yeah, I figured. But look, you gotta roll with the punches, dude. Like, if women are turning you down on a date site, just hit them with that thing that will definitely unmatch you, but it's funny. Take the piss out of them. Just say, look, a tree is easy to climb when it's lying down.
You hear nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss.
You're not God or my father or my boss. Only they can tell me what to do. Especially my father. My boss can get away with it from time to time. That's my favorite part. You're not God or my father or my boss. You pay my salary. You have no right to shout at me, sir. So shut your mouth. Look, as a fellow small king like this fella, Napoleon syndrome is a real thing. Truthfully, it's a real thing. Like, there's just something in us small people that we just have to get outraged by shit. And get so fucking short-tempered. I think it's why it's called short-tempered. Like, it's not just like, oh, you're easy to get wound up and get thick. It's not that. It's that it takes so quick for your blood to go to the top of your head that you just get so aggressive. And that's as a fellow small person. We're like Jack Russell. You ever see Jack Russell in an argument with a Rottweiler? I'm the big dog. I'm the big dog. You want this? You want this? This is my house. Get in there. Get in there. They're so aggressive. They're so hyperactive. Then one Rottweiler, he'll just stay there nice and quiet. And Jack Russell keeps yapping. And there's just one. That Jack Russell goes That Jack Russell. That Jack Russell goes fucking flying then. I'm sorry. That's this dude. This is me as well. Like, this is me when I smell bacon and cabbage. You're not God, Mom. You don't get to make bacon and cabbage. I'm getting mad.
Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared of you, pal.
Enough.
You shut up, too.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
go ahead and attack me, big.
Oh my god. Oh my
He so did not see that coming. He's like, I've started on one big guy. I'll start on the rest of you big guys too. Go ahead and attack me, dickhead. He didn't even get to finish the dickhead part. Go ahead and attack me. Oh shit, you're attacking me. I'm sorry.
god. I just wanted bagels. I recorded the whole thing. Absolutely.
Oh, and a guy 3 times my size. That's okay?
Get your food.
Listen, buddy. Okay. Take it from a guy who's probably your height or just a little bit taller. Because you'll see in a few minutes, there's a guy that brings him out. This guy is little. This guy is tiny. And I know I have no right to say that because I'm also little. But, like, this guy is tiny small. But, listen. Every guy who would ever attack you is 3 times your size. Everyone.
What happened? What I'm sorry?
Get your food right
You know what? Fuck your fucking breakfast.
You know what? Fuck your fucking breakfast that I wasted a whole hour and a half in here roaring and shouting about. Fuck it. Actually, do you know what? I changed my mind.
Now I'm gonna take my breakfast. You think that's funny? All you women drink shit like shit. All of you. Yeah, all of you.
You need to go.
No, you women need to stop being so fucked up.
No, you women need to stop being so fucked up. He hates women. I hate women so much, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna suck a dick. I'm gonna gurgle on a pair of balls. So eat that one, women. You're missing out on all this. All 4 foot nothing of it. See how little he is. For you not, how would I say it? For you people out there who aren't nerds, who wouldn't have got that whistle reference, that was a theme song of The Shire from Lord of the Rings.
Women, why is that okay?
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
The great women. You can barely get it out, watch.
Is that okay?
Why is it okay
So
for women?
outraged by the fact where one's like, now I don't know what started this clip, but I can guess that he's been shouting and raving for quite some time before this video. Hence why a video was made. But when your one goes, and you think it's okay for you to degrade women, degrade? You can barely get it out. I went too far. Play.
Women, why is that okay?
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
You're 5 feet. You should kill yourself on dating sites. That's okay.
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Well, women in general.
Women in general have said it on dating sites. You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I
Look at the size of you, dude. I believe you.
get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip.
Biting on the lip. I see it everywhere. Smoking with the bite on the lip.
Shut your mouth. You're not
Here comes the best part.
God or my father or my boss.
Shut your mouth. You're not the Holy Trinity. My God, Father, and Boss. They're the only people who can speak to me that way, tall fella. Who's probably an average height, but I'm just so small I can't see it.
Dude, you want to step outside? You want to...
Dude, you want to step outside? You play dice with me?
Step outside, huh? I'm not scared of you, pal.
I'm not scared of you. You feel that fucking beer belly on in you? I'm not fucking scared of you, big guy.
Enough.
You shut up, too.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
go ahead and attack me, big.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and attack me, big guy. Oh, he goes to say dickhead, sorry. But he doesn't finish it. Go ahead and attack me, dick. Oh, Jesus, you'll actually attack me. I'm so sorry. I thought I scared all you tall people.
Oh my god. I just wanted to
Step outside and we can go look for the treasure I hid. I'm the leprechaun of fucking Long Island. I'm not Irish, I'm Italian. I'm the leprechaun there. We can look for the treasure together. What's the odds that his buddies, his Italian buddies, call him fucking meatball or some shit? Because if I was an Italian mafia mobster, I would definitely, like, you'd see that guy in the bar or something, you just wind him up. You'd be like, hey, meatball, eh? What you doing, meatball? You wanna lose your fucking temper today, huh, meatball? Hey, you don't fucking say that to me! Hey, Joe Pesci, calm down, huh? You're a funny guy. I'm a funny guy? How am I fucking so fucking funny to you? Am I a clown? I'm here to amuse you? Like, don't get me wrong, Joe Pesci's an amazing actor, but who in the 80s ever thought he was a tough guy? Like, he's a charismatic dude, he's a psychopath and stuff like that in movies, but come on. Joe Pesci is a tough guy. How am I so fucking funny to you, huh? Am I fucking a clown? He's an amazing actor, but like, come on. This guy is definitely, he's got the Joe Pesci syndrome in him.
I recorded the whole thing.
Absolutely. Oh, and a guy 3 times my size. That's okay?
Get your food and leave.
What happened? What, I'm sorry?
Get your food and leave.
You know what? Fuck your fucking breath.
There's no need to play.
That's fine. That's fine. Now I'm gonna take my breakfast.
You know what? Fuck your fucking breakfast, you fucking women. I fucking hate you women. Men's lives matter. I fucking hate feminism. He definitely goes to those stupid rallies.
You think that's funny? All you women treat short guys like shit. All of you. Yeah, all of you.
You need to go.
No, you women.
Just join the priesthood, buddy. obviously not getting any puss.
Me! Stop being so fucked up!
He's so little. What a tiny dude. Anyway, that one's going to be called Short Angry Guy. No, I can do better than that. We'll call him Meatball. Hey, yo, Meatball, huh? Little angry meatball. Put too much spice into the meatball, huh? Too much spice in the Italian sausage, huh? Right, next one is it's a bit of a weird one. Okay, so it's a fight, but it's got America written all over it. It's just such a weird altercation.
You're the fucking fiend. You go back to Washington. You got it? Get fucked. Are you done?
Got me.
Are you done?
Yeah, bro.
I'm done.
Let's go for the Costco. Good fight. Let's go. Glad you guys got that fucking settled.
So strange. Good fight. Yeah, you got me, bro. I am done. Jesus Christ. Fucking Sean Penn from Fast Time and Ridgewood High. He grew up fast, bro.
You're the fucking fiend. You go back to Washington. You got it? Get fucked.
You got it, you fuck.
Are you done?
Got me.
Are you done?
Yeah, bro.
I'm done.
Let's go for the Costco.
Are you done? Yeah. I am done. I'm gonna take my shoes off and I'm gonna kick the fuck out of you, buddy.
Good fight. Here you go. Glad you guys got that fucking settled.
Oh, it's so strange. It's got, like I said, it's a strange one, a short one. I'm just gonna call that one. Glad you got that. I am a mumbling idiot. I'm just gonna call that one. Glad you got that. What the fuck is wrong with me? Glad you guys got that settled. Now moving on to the main event of the evening. Weighing in at 285 pounds of obesity, F.M.B.C.P. Look at the fucking state of his car. Oh my god. So, going to give you a bit of an insight to who F.M.B.C.P is. So, F.M.B.C.P is a YouTuber from back in the day, but he wasn't really officially a YouTuber. Like, not many people. Not many people really knew of him. He kind of blew up from the podcast Your Mama's House, where Tom Sqaud just came across this fucking lunatic off the internet. F.M.B.C.P thinks he's a double CIA agent. And his purpose in life, look at the gimp of his car. His purpose in life is to actually find police officers and try and get them arrested and get their badges. He often says the phrase of, I'm out here stealing badges, bruh. This guy has like slash hooks and stuff like that, and he pulls out his own teeth with them, and he'll go up to security guards and he'll just start making up shit to them, and he'll just go. One of his other phrases, like, this is something for people who are easily offended. You probably want to skip out now because he says a lot of offensive material here from F.M.B.C.P. He's called F.M.B.C.P as well because he's always smoking a cigarette in between his teeth, and he's always grinding on his teeth. None of this will make sense until you watch it, but he is honestly just the best free entertainment ever.
You're just stopping here on your trip to where?
To the next dirty cop I put in prison, sir.
Well, you know.
To the next one I do this kind of shit with. Wear a wire on their ass and fuck them for good, brother.
Wear a wire and put it on their ass and fuck them for good, brother.
What it is?
That's what I do. Fuck you for good.
That's what I do. Fuck you for good.
Prison eventually. I'm a retired CI double agent.
Really?
Really? Double agent. So it means you weren't an agent? My understanding of an agent, double agent, is like, let's say if you're from the KGB in Russia and you were pretending to be an FBI agent in America. That's a double agent, right? So like you're working for an agency, but you're really being an agent inside that agency, reporting back to another one. That's a double agent. This guy isn't hired by anybody. He's never had a job. So he's just like, when he says he's a CIA double agent, or he'll often just refer to as CI double agent. That means that he was never an agent of the CIA. So he's technically right. He's just reporting on police. Like, he's not right. No. I'm not going to try and justify his explanations. Even though I already tried to. But this guy, he's just a fucking lunatic. Really?
Who's your sheriff now one more time?
Well, I already told you.
I'll spin back on it. I'll spin back on it.
Thing, okay?
Yeah, I'm about as legal as you.
Yeah.
Okay?
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I hope you do. Mm-hmm. Have fun with that. Want some more stuff? Good Americans,
Look at the state of his car.
We'll come back clean as a whistle.
We'll come back clean as a whistle. Apparently he doesn't really like commit crimes or that, but I don't know how he has not been arrested, because the amount of shit, like, do yourself a favor. Go onto YouTube, right? Type in Fed Smoker and just look at some of the shit he's done. He's a fucking psychopath. Like, he'll pull over people in the middle of the road. Put on a fake siren, like I'm pretty sure that's an impersonating an officer, which is, you can do time for, like. But, like, he'll pull over people on the side of the road. And like, you don't understand what speed you're going at there, buddy. And they'd be just like, I don't know, is I going too fast? They think he's a cop for like 2 seconds because he's so fucking confident. Yeah, I roll you in at like 220, brother. You're going down. You shouldn't be driving like that. It's basically people who are like working for the government. He always wants to fuck over like security guards and fucking like people who do like surveys and shit. He hates them. Librarians, despises librarians. He hates women as well. Whenever he's like in an altercation with a woman, he goes, "You fucking fat hog." You fucking heifer. He hates them. I forgot to say earlier, one of his offensive terms, and I don't know if it pops up in this video, because I went through a few of his videos and I just picked the shortest one as an introduction for you guys to him, because I'm going to slowly keep bringing him onto the show, because he fits into all aspects, except for junkies making him monkeys, because I can't definitively say he's a junkie, even though he has like mannerisms of a meth head or something, or a crack addict. And he does insane shit, but definitely for the pain game and Yanks acting a wank, he definitely fits into those two categories. So he'll come up every now and again, but this is going to be his first introduction to the show. So I picked the short clip, didn't watch it the whole way through. But one of his favorite catchphrases that he always uses against people is, "You fucking baby raper." You wearing that baby raper on your face. That's how he calls people, says the people look like baby rapers. You wearing that baby raper on your face, brother.
Americans looking good. We'll come back clean as a whistle as usual. Because I am America.
Yes, you fucking are. Yes, you fucking are, America. Because I am America. He's such a lunatic.
On record.
On record. Yeah, he'll often go up to people and go, I'm on the record on here in the minute, brother. And that just means that he's recording. And he'll often ask about protocol, or he'll just go, Proto? What's the proto here, huh? How do you get a job here?
This guy's a sweetheart. But Americans, it wouldn't be long, no day to be stocked like a bitch. I'm the one that does the stocking, Americans. You'll find that out when I'm exposing scumbags.
Exposing scumbags.
Now, this guy's sheriff's probably going to be exposed here real soon, Americans. If anything goes cuckoo in this chat. And the captain, the sheriff, all y'all know what happens then. If we go on record for a little while.
Oh my god. He's a fucking lunatic. I might just play one more clip from him that I have. Okay, so I found the video. Didn't have it download in time, but I'll do a small bit of this clip. I'll do like fucking 30 seconds of it to maybe a minute. It's a 3-minute clip, so I will use this in a later date, but I'll just give you an extra extension as to what Fed Smoker is like.
Hey, brother, I'm on record for a moment. What is this place?
I'm on record for a moment.
Anyways, what is this place?
You don't need to film me.
Oh, I'm doing a documentary. Listen here.
I don't care. I don't want to be
This
filmed.
is America, you dumb son of a bitch, okay?
You dumb son of a bitch. I'm a private person, and I...
Straight in with insults. I don't want to be filmed. I'm doing a documentary here, brother. Listen to me, brother. This is America, you dumb son of a bitch.
I'm a fucking American, you stupid fuck. I can ask you anything I want.
And I can tell you no anytime I want.
You're getting a fucking baby raper on your face, okay, cock?
He just goes up and causes an altercation with a security guard for fucking no reason. You got that fucking baby raper on your face. You dumb son of a bitch.
Baby raper? You're the one who looks like a baby raper.
Baby raper,
Would you
Chomo.
escape from jail?
What's up there, Chomo? Listen here. What do you guys, how do you get a job here, there, fuckface?
Well, not by
How
talking
do you get a job here, fuckface?
like that.
Oh, you know what? You're fired, bud.
No,
okay?
I'm not.
You're talking to
Grit your
me.
teeth
I'm
a
a
little more,
fucking
tough guy.
American,
Put
you
your toe-
fuck.
Come on.
Well, guess what? You're talking to me. You're fucking fired there, bud. I'm an American, bud.
Tough guy.
You're the one
Grit your
touching my
teeth.
camera through the
Grit your
fence,
teeth,
you
you
f***. I'm going to talk to the sheriff's department about you, buddy, okay?
Go get him. Go get him.
And I'm going to see,
Go get 'em.
well, they're going to watch it on the internet.
Go get him.
Well, how do you get a job here?
Not by
Tough
talking like
boy.
you. Not by talking
Are
like
you, like what? You guys the ones all scared of the camera? Look at you. Look at you. You know what?
I know Fed Smoker's insane and he shouldn't be doing, but I do think to an extent the security guard's in the wrong here. In fairness, the security guard has the opportunity to walk away, and he doesn't.
You're fired, okay? You didn't follow Proto. How do you get a job here?
You're fired. You didn't follow Proto. How do you get a job here?
You know what protocol is?
Yeah, I take cops' badges all the time doing it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you do. I take cops' badges all the time here.
You know who you're talking to?
A retired double agent there, you fucking retard.
Retired double agent there, you fucking
Talking to a
retard.
man who's lost.
You're
from the
talking to a
insane
man that
asylum.
just ruined your fucking life,
You
okay?
lost from the insane-
Oh, I'm going to leave the rest of that clip for a later date, but that's my introduction to Fed Smoker on the show. So, we have good fight there, buddy. We also have, what should I call it? Meatball, huh? And a Fed Smoker. That's the tree for Yanks acting the wank. So that's it for Yanks acting the wank. We're going to move on with Virgin News. First up, we have Idris Elba. I just said his name completely wrong. Idris Elba as Knuckles in the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's not really big news. It's not really massive news, but there is a funny aspect to it that, first of all, I thought it's weird that Idris Elba's in a Sonic movie of all things, but I do think it's a good casting. Like, he's a really cool voice, and Knuckles is more like the hardened, macho version of Sonic, so I think a good casting is Idris Elba playing him. But the funny aspect is that there's a load of people like tweeting at Idris Elba going, "You're a fucking sellout, man," and all this fucking bullshit. And his response to them all was, "I just fucking love money, man." I think he's dead fucking right. Next up, we have short story, nothing big. It's just he's casted. I think it's a good casting. Weird movie. Don't know if anyone watched the first movie. It's actually kind of surprising. It's funny. Like it's a good movie. Well, it's a movie meant for kids, but it's a good movie. Jim Carrey is fantastic in it. He's really funny in it. I'd watch the film just for Jim Carrey alone. And I think this film is going to be hilarious as well, because I think Jim Carrey is going to be even more insane as, what's his name? Dr. Robotnik in the next film. And next up, we have Seth Rogen is making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Look, there is a weird aspect to this. I know the last two films made by Paramount weren't great. The first one stunk. It was really bad. The second one is still a bad movie, but it's way more entertaining and it's way more like the old TV show. One aspect that people don't realize is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles weren't made for kids when it first came out. It was a joke that two comic book creators came up with. And it was literally made as a joke. They came up with the idea of, like, what would be the most dumbest comic book you could come up with? What are really popular nowadays? So they just mixed, like, they had to be ninjas, had to be teenagers, and was like, what is the dumbest animal that could be mixed with that? And then they just picked a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and it just came to tuition. But the comic is very violent and sexualized, the very first issue. And for a while they were like that until the cartoon was made. And then that's when it started being more marketed to kids. Now, why Seth Rogen? Why is Seth Rogen a good choice to make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film? It's still being made by Paramount, so I do think that will still be marketed more towards kids, especially because the Hasbro line with the toys and how successful that the Transformers movies are. I think that will still be marketed to kids. But why Seth Rogen is a good idea is because Seth Rogen, first of all, started producing the TV show with his project partner Evan Goldberg. They've made shit since fucking day one, like fucking super bad. But they made a show called Preacher, and Preacher is a really dark Garrett Ennis story comic book, and that is for adults. They made the show version of that on Amazon a little bit more comedic. Even though there's like dark, fucked up shit that happens in it, and there are funny moments in the comic book, but in the show they made it a lot more comedic. It's a lot more funnier, more vibrant than just being a dark fucking TV show. Excuse me. But then he went on and he made The Boys as well. Same comic book writer, but he made the TV show The Boys, and look how fucking successful that is. The good thing that, or why Seth Rogen is good at this, is because he loves the source material, but he also knows what will work on TV and what won't. So he won't pull everything from the comic book. He'll only pull the stuff that needs to be pulled onto live action. And I do think, because of his comedic chops as well, I think it is a good cast, and I think he'd actually make a really good Michelangelo as well. It's something that he could voice in. And he worked on the version of Invincible, and he voices a character in Invincible as well. So like, he has his hands on some part of the superhero world. The thing is that I'm kind of questioning, will it be adult or not? Like I said, Paramount are involved, so I do think it will have the aspect of kids, but I think it'll be like, I don't know, I think it'll be like skewing the line of being for kids and being for adults. I think it'd be like a less bloody Deadpool in a way, if they're smart about it. I don't personally think that making this an R-rated film just because the original comic book was like that is a good idea. I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles works better being marketed towards kids, but I think if you skewed the line a little bit, that makes it a little bit more entertaining for adults as well. I think this could be a big, huge hit. Next story we have is it's a huge upset, to be honest. Now, I'm going to take this story with a pinch of salt, and I want you to do the same as well, because this is a lot of he said, she said. That was an absolute disaster of a sentence. He said, she said kind of scenario. Especially if you look at the history of what's coming up next. So basically, more Batman news. The Batman. Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves Batman. Look, I said it a couple of shows ago that when Colin Farrell and Robert Pattinson went out to Scotland to do reshoots, it wasn't really a good sign. Whose fault it might be is not definitively known and won't be known until the film's out. But I can guarantee you, this is definitely Matt Reeves' last time. I don't think he'll do a sequel to this. Obviously, it depends on how successful the movie is. But if you look at the track record of Warner Brothers working with directors, it's not really too solid, and especially what happened in this scenario. So I'm going to dive right into it. Basically, Matt Reeves had a screening with executives for Warner Brothers a screening of the Batman. It was a rough cut screening. And at the end of the fucking screening, there was a screaming match between Matt Reeves and executives. Executives saying, what the fuck have we wasted all this money on? This is a shit show. This is going to be... Patterson looks ridiculous in the Batman suit and all these type of things. Now, I'm hearing stuff like Patterson looks ridiculous in the Batman suit. I'm not the only one who thinks this, because I went and done a bit of a research on it as well. He looks really good as Batman. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that first trailer was hugely well received. I think it had a 20k downvote and a like 93 K fucking upvote. The trailer looked really good. It looked like Seven, which is kind of what you want as a Batman fan. You want to see a more like detective style story with Batman, not just him fighting fucking bullshit gods and stuff. It's why The Dark Knight is so good, is because it, as like unrealistic as the movie is, it more so pokes at realism than unrealistic attributes. But this was all. So I'm. This is why I'm kind of like take this story with a pinch of salt, because I don't know how truthful it is, because it's Warner Brother executives talking about this bullshit. But yeah, it resulted in a scream match. Matt Reeves even said like, "Oh, Patterson is the problem you have with it." Well, fuck me. I said this months ago. Matt Reeves did not want, and was very vocal about it at first. He did not want Robert Pattinson as Batman. For numerous reasons. He had other people in mind for who he wanted as the Batman. But one big aspect that Matt Reeves and Patterson had arguments about, excuse me, was Patterson's refusal to bulk up for the role of Batman. He wanted to stay more lean and stuff like that. Now, you can have a lean Batman. I know Christian Bale was a lean Batman, but at least he was 180 pounds playing Batman and then some. I think he went up to 195, 192 for Dark Knight Returns, or it could be vice versa. I think he started off in Batman Begins really heavy, like 190 pounds, and then went down to 180 just to lean up, so he has more movement and stuff like that in the suit. Look, you can have a lean Batman, but like Batman in the comics is a bulky fucking powerhouse of a dude. Like he is fighting. I know I said my favorite stories are the ones that are more detective based, and they are. Don't get me wrong, but Batman has to look somewhat physically imposing. I still think Christian Bale is the best Batman we've ever had. But when you're going to like looks wise, Ben Affleck is definitely the best Batman look wise. Like straight from the comic book, he looks exactly what it looks like in the comic because he's this big, huge, fucking bulky bastard. Not saying that he's the best Batman, but he's the best cosmetically. He's the best. So yeah, Patterson refused to bulk up, so that was causing Matt Reeves to fucking get agitated. Apparently he was an absolute asshole to work with on set as well. But another thing happened as well, right? Now this is also just rumors, so take this as a pinch of salt, but there's rumors going around that Xenia, what's her name? Hang on, I need to look it up because I don't want to fuck it up. I know it's Kravitz, but I can't remember her first name. Is it Zoe Kravitz? I think it's Zoe Kravitz, but I'm going to double check. But here's me at first going, Xenia. Yeah, it's Zoe Kravitz. So, basically the rumor that's going around at the minute is that Robert Pattinson has basically gotten her pregnant. Not really a big deal if the movie is finished, which apparently it kind of is. But now, executives are looking at reshooting the film entirely. Not just like a Snyder Cut reshoot where they're just reshooting shit for jokes and stuff like that, but in completely redoing the entire movie. Now, there's complications in that as well because they've already spent $400 million on the movie, and if they do go for another reshoot, it would be one of the most expensive movies ever made. It doesn't really need to be either. For me, hearing this type of story, I'm like, holy shit! Like, this is a huge, massive upset for a big, huge production, especially because, like, looking at the trailer, like, it does look like a really good film. Like, but that's just a trailer. Like, most films, like big blockbusters, they're sent out to other like they're called trailer houses, where they basically make trailers for like Warner Brothers or fucking Disney, or like that's their actual job, is just to make movie trailers for movies. So it could be like just a good trailer because the trailer house done a really good job and the film could be bad. To me personally, I think film executives really don't know what they're talking about when it comes to films. All they really see is the numbers and the money aspect of it, because they are basically what the industry and what everyone else would call the suits. I don't necessarily care what executives think about movies. Obviously, they know how to run a business. That's all I'm saying. They're in that position for a reason, because they know how to run the business aspect of it. But if you were to come to me and say, what do film executives think of films? I don't really care. I think creators should be, if you have a property like Batman and stuff like that, you're going to make a stupid amount of money. But if you're going to hemorrhage that film with money and then control what the creator can do with it, you can bet your bottom dollar the film's going to stink. It's going to be bad. It's either going to be really formulaic, or it's going to be just generic in sense where, like, you're not, like, look at Batman v Superman, right? I know Zack Snyder had a lot of creative control visually as to what he wanted. But when it goes to story beats, I don't necessarily think Zack Snyder had exactly what he wanted to do in that film. I know there was rumors of he didn't want Doomsday to be in it. Now, if you went to me before that film, how do you think Batman v Superman is going to pave out? I was like, I don't know how it's going to start. I don't know how the altercation is going to start between Batman and Superman. If I was to guess, I would have guessed that it would have been very like Dark Knight Returns fighting scenario. But Do I think that the film is going to end with Batman versus Superman? No, like they should have just called it, like, number one, I thought the name Batman v Superman was super cringy and such a business name, not a creator's name. You can tell that Dawn of Justice is what Zack Snyder wanted to call the movie, but the executives wanted to be called Batman v Superman to sell tickets. Which is not necessarily a bad move, but I just think it's a cringy move. But when you go to, I could have guessed at the end of it that there would have been another antagonist at the end of the film, that Batman and Superman would have teamed up together and fought that antagonist. I didn't think it would have been such a shit antagonist like Doomsday coming out of nowhere, and look, it should have been somebody pulling the strings at the start, like what you had with Lex Luthor, but having somebody who could actually physically impose both of them, like probably Brainiac or someone. I know that's a big example to use, but that personally, I think it should have been somebody who could have been physically imposing to both of them and intellectual.
700.
C.
Yeah, there are 2 C's. Wow. Okay.
Nice solve.
Oh, that'd be a good idea, yeah.
Mythological hero Achilles.
You can't accept that.
Okay.
Shelby.
As intelligent as Batman. But yeah. So I don't personally care about what executives think of movies, but this, for them to want to reshoot the entire thing, is a fucking huge thing. I know they've reshot the entirety of fucking Zack Snyder's film just to make it more colourful and to have more jokes in it. But look, it's hard to know what the film is going to be like. Another thing is, this could be a publicity stunt. This could be like them seeing what happened in Justice League with Zack Snyder's cut, the aftermath of that, and went, you know what, like, we didn't lose out on the Snyder Cut being released. Like, this is from Warner Brothers' perspective. We didn't lose out on Snyder's Cut being released. We made more money from it. People have more of a critically acclaimed movie now. The audience enjoy the film way more. So we look like a bad guy, but at the same time, we made a lot of money. They don't care because they're executives. They're fucking businessmen. They don't care about looking like the bad guy unless they're making more money. So if they pull this shit again, but knowing it this time around, so like they're saying, oh, the film's so bad, and they're trying to dilute how bad the film is and make it, blow it out of proportion, so when people go see it, they go, the fucking film was savage, what are they on about? Let's fund the fucking film creators and shit like that. Fuck the executives. That type of mentality around the film, I think I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that either. But personally, it's a bit of a shock to hear that the film is this bad. I thought like reshoots was bad enough, but like it's a fucking look, I looked at the trailer and I was like, can't wait for that, because this is what we needed. We needed a reboot on Batman that pulled away from the DCU. That you could have Batman solo films like the Joker, and you could finally see like a proper payoff of Batman v Joker. Please don't use that title. But look, I'm a little bit disheartened by it. But like I said, taking the story like a bit of grain of salt, because this could be absolute shite. I'm just reporting on what's been rumoured out there and what has been reported elsewhere. I thought it was an interesting story, but if this is shit, oh my god. It's back to fucking square one. We're not going to see another Batman movie for fucking years. Not that we need another one, but I would like Batman to be done properly at least, because he's as good as the Dark Knight films are, and I fucking love them. I think they're the best superhero movies made. It's not Batman. It's Christopher Nolan's version of Batman, which is fantastic. It's like when you get another comic book from a different writer. There's different types of Batman. Christopher Nolan done his own version. It was fantastic. But I want to see the comic accurate Batman in a world that's good. In a film that's actually good. Not a realistic take on Batman. I want comic book accuracy to an extent. mixed with fucking mixed with a little bit of realism. But I just want good movies made about Batman instead of fucking bullshit fucking action slocks with him fighting aliens and shit like that. You don't need that. That's fine for Superman. It's fine for Wonder Woman. It's fine for if you want to do a Green Lantern movie, fine, do that shit. But I think the DC films, they have so much catch up to do on Marvel and interlinking films that I think they should just do the solo flicks. Especially like how well received. I know it had links from other films, but it's a reboot of sorts. It has nothing to do with the last Suicide Squad. Has nothing to do with Justice League. Has nothing to do with any other film in the DCU. Just like Joker, it's its own solo flick. You see how well that's received. Personally, that's what I think. But as moving on with the next story, as good as received Suicide Squad is, fucking tanked. The film did not do well in box office. There's a lot of aspects to this as to why it didn't do well. Number one, we don't have really A-list solo actors in this film that carry the movie, that make huge box offices. Like, I know Stallone's in the film, but Stallone is voice acting a talking shark, so I don't think people would have ran out to the cinema to fucking see that. I know Margot Robbie's in it, but she is not an A-list box office draw. She's an A-list actress, but she's not a huge box office draw. I know a lot of people are probably listening to that going, what? You look up any of Margot Robbie's solo films and see how well they've done in box office. They haven't done great. Now, I know with Birds of Prey, it could have been resulted down into we didn't know who the supporting cast were, like their characters. Obviously, I did, but people who were not in the nerd sphere probably didn't know who Huntress was and stuff like that. So that's why Birds of Prey didn't do well. But I think there's another reason for this is not just that the A-listers not being present in this. We have a sequel. People thinking that this is a follow-up to the other Suicide Squad, which wasn't well received. So you have people thinking, oh, sure, the first one wasn't good. Why would I go see the second one? That's another aspect to it. And then another aspect is the heroes themselves, like what I talked about in Birds of Prey there. No one really knows any of these characters. I know you have Harley Quinn. She's the biggest character in the film by a mile. Like, everyone knows who Harley Quinn is at this stage, but is she enough to carry a box office? No, we've seen that in Birds of Prey. Then you have Captain Boomerang, who's the next popular, because he was in the last Suicide Squad film. You might think I'm talking about arse here, but if you look at the first Suicide Squad film, you have not only Will Smith, who is a massive box office draw, who is, like, funny enough, was supposed to be in this film, but he couldn't do it because of conflicts of interest, like, so he was shooting other movies and stuff like that. It could be true, but I don't personally believe it. I think he went, well, the first one was an absolute shit show, so I'm not going to be in the second one. Deadshot was going to be in the sequel, and Idris Elba was going to be playing Deadshot, but because Warner Brothers, which I actually think is a good move, why they did this, they were like, hang on, what if Will Smith wants to come back to this property? We should hold on with Deadshot. We shouldn't just make Idris Elba Deadshot and make him another character, so they made him Bloodsport. But there's another thing as to why what another A-list, not actor, Jared Leto isn't a fucking box office draw, but the character is the Joker. The fact that the Joker was in that film alone definitely skyrocketed the budget or the box office to the first film. But there's another aspect to this as well, that the pandemic could have hurt it. It's showing that the the climate for moviegoers going to cinema has been heavily affected. A lot of you probably thinking to yourself again, going like, "But I've been to the cinema loads of times since it all opened up." And it's like, you have to remember, Australia are completely locked down. There's no cinema being open. Certain states in America, like there's a few film critics that, well, they're not critics, but they're like fans and stuff who criticize on films. They're not really paid to go see these films and stuff. Sometimes they might be given tickets to go see them, but not being paid to go see them, to talk about them. It's like when some of your favorite YouTube game players, they're given a game with early access to talk about. So it's not like they're being paid, but they are being given the property to see or early before everyone else. A lot of them who are living outside of California and stuff like that, or in certain parts of California, had to drive like an hour to go see their film because they were given the opportunity to go see it, but locally their cinema isn't open. So there's a lot of aspects of that are definitely affected. But the biggest aspect, and HBO themselves have actually said it, the numbers for, because I didn't know this, I thought it was like Disney Plus with HBO, because in Ireland you can't get HBO Max, you have to be in America. Like the domestic numbers are actually pretty decent for Suicide Squad, but they're not good. They're not great, like for what a multi-million-dollar film should be. So on HBO Max, you don't have to pay a rent fee, or you don't have to pay to watch the movie when you have a HBO Max subscription. When you have the subscription, you can just watch the film as many times as you want. So people are continuously watching the film, and it's not being added to the box office. It's already part of the HBO Max subscription. And another aspect of it, again, is piracy. HBO themselves have come out and said that maybe streaming movies, and it's a bad move for them to be saying this type of stuff, because their whole market this year is they have ownership of properties of movies that are coming out in cinema this year that you can watch at home because of the pandemic. So them saying this type of shit is not for value for them. It's against them in a way. They've said that it's heavily affected putting movies out on a streaming site the same day it's going into cinemas is a bad move for cinema goers, or for production houses who are putting movies into cinema, because it's getting put up on the same day and a pirate copy is getting taken like that and being sent around the fucking world. So like if you want to watch Suicide Squad now, you can. Number one, if you're in America, you can watch on HBO if you have a HBO subscription. It's a little bit expensive, but you're getting everything for free. Like, you don't have to pay extra money to watch these things on HBO Max. It's just there. You just watch it. But then, if you're not in America, you can go to see it in the cinema, of course, in certain cinemas. IMC aren't showing it. But you can also just illegally watch it. Free of charge. Once you've got good internet, you're fine. So that's the kind of stuff that's heavily affected, because if you watch, not only because I never pay attention to the Rotten Tomatoes score, like the actual critic score. I think that score is so pointless, because it's a minuscule amount of people who are actually on that score. And like I said before, they're mostly people who are actually genuinely paid to watch the movie. And to criticize on it. And normally a critic never wants to really tell you how good the film is. They want to tell you how bad a movie is, so it's more interesting, so you'll read them each time, or you'll watch them on YouTube each time and stuff like that. They're paid to be critics. They're paid to be fucking cunts. I only really pay attention to the audience score, and I think production houses are doing that again now, because a lot of the woke stuff that's being made that are getting 100% from critic ratings, but the audience score are so low that when they go to make sequels and they go so heavy on the side of being woke, they absolutely tank and no one goes to see the movie. Look, it's a shit thing that Suicide Squad has not done good on the box office, because it was really one of those films that I was like, yes, it's fucking changing the game now. A creator's been given 100% creativity to do whatever the fuck he wants with that property, and it turned out really, really good. And it's not just because I like it, it's because I'm sick of these fucking studios going like, we should make the movies this way because this is how we want to do it, not thinking about like what the audience want from it and stuff like that. They're trying to like shift it into a way where it's not actually for people who like these characters and stuff. And like James Gunn was like saying to the directors all week and stuff like that, directors, grow some balls. When you grow some balls, they will allow you to do what you want. If you just fucking bow the head to these people, of course they're going to bully you around the place, and you're not going to be able to make the movie you want, and then you're going to be upset that people think your movie's shit and that you're a poor filmmaker. Look, it's shit scenario, because I think if this was released on a different market, also if it was released as the first Suicide Squad, it definitely would have done a lot better. There's a lot of things that would have made this film do better in the box office that just aren't here yet, or aren't viable at the minute, which sucks, because I think, like what I said before, the executives aren't going to look at that audience score. They're not going to look at how well received this film has been. And they're just gonna, if they're going to do a second Suicide Squad, it's gonna be super generic, or they're just gonna fucking kill it. I know Warner Brothers have said before the box office results came out that James Gunn can return anytime and do whatever he wants. I don't think that'll be the case anymore. I hope it is, because I think that's the way that film should be made. Like, look at The Joker. It had no studio involvement, and it was fucking amazing. Look at Christopher Nolan's fucking run of Dark Knight. No studio involvement. Fucking incredible. It's when studio involvement gets attached to stuff, that's when stuff start to fucking reek. Look, I'm devastated over it. Devastated. I'm gonna be crying my pillow over this. No, look, it's a bit shit, but hopefully on POVD, which is a pay-per-view on demand, the film will do a lot better, and that will gauge the actual result, because all they have to really do is look at what the audience think of the movie, not what I know business, money speaks, but business hasn't been good now. But also go on to HBO Max and look at how many times that film was watched. That would have dictated your box office. You can't look at how many times it was legally streamed, because those numbers can't be taken seriously. But still, I really think that there's things in this that Suits will look at the wrong aspect of this and do whatever they want with it. Hopefully they don't. So, that is it for Virgin News. Moving on with movie pick of the week. It is Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood, and you can watch that on Netflix at the minute. It's probably one of my favourite movies of all time. Daniel Day-Lewis won his Oscar for Best Actor, his third Oscar for Best Actor in this film, and it is just tremendous. Paul Thomas Anderson directed movies like... It's for acting performance... It's definitely Adam Sandler's best role in Punch Drunk Love. And I know what you're thinking. Adam Sandler in a serious role. He's fucking amazing in it. It's not one of those type of roles where you have to overact in. He kind of underacts, but it comes across really realistic, and he's really, really good in it. He also done Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg, and he also done Inherent Vice, which I haven't seen yet, but he done The Master and The Thin Red Line as well, and The Master is just, it's incredible. Philip Seymour Hoffman in that is just a terrifying figure, and he's just such a good actor. It's a shame that he's gone. But Daniel Day-Lewis in this film is tremendous. This is just an acting masterclass. He really gives the viciousness of the character of Daniel Playview, and it's literally every other actor that year, and it was a huge year for the fucking Oscars, but every other actor that year was literally looking at it and going, well, Daniel has this in the fucking bag. Not just because it's Daniel Day-Lewis, but because the performance is just tremendous. It's a really dark... again, with this movie pick of the week, sometimes I'll pick a movie that's not for everyone. This is definitely one of those movies that's not for everyone. It also stars Paul Dano in it, who is supposed to be playing the Riddler in the Batman film that's gonna fucking suck, which is a shame because it's fucking fantastic casting. He's such a creepy bastard, but in this he also gives a tremendous performance playing a pastor who is this evangelical psychopath. The story between the two of them of just greed and corruption and pain and sorrow is just fantastic. That last scene of Daniel Day-Lewis in the bowling alley in his house with Paul Dino's character. I drink your milkshake, Eli. I drink it up. I get a straw and I put it all the way into your milkshake and I drink it up. It's just fucking fantastic. One of the best movies ever made. Again, not for everybody. It's really slow paced, but the performances in it are just tremendous. And Paul Thomas Anderson is just a fucking visual genius. So that's it for movie pick of the week. What have I been doing this week? And look, I'm going to cut it a little bit short because, well, I don't know if I'm cutting it short or not because I had to reset the camera there a while ago. And I forgot to reset the fucking timer on my phone, so I don't know how long I've been going for. So I'll just talk about one thing, and then I'll cut it off real short today. Hopefully, it's been the perfect length of time. I don't know, I'm shooting blind here at the minute. I was going to talk about Love Island in full depth, but I'm just going to talk about a little bit about it, because number one, it'll be more entertaining in a small dose, and number two, there was a lot that I want to talk about on it, but I don't want to overshoot this either. So it could be shite if I do that. So I'll just do it a small little burst on it. Love Island is the most frustrating TV show of all time. There's some people who just act like cunts and wankers that you think will get their comeuppance on it. Like fucking Toby and Chloe. Like at first I thought Toby was the biggest fucking retard on the planet. Any new girl is like, oh, new toy. Hi, new toy. And then Chloe's like, I love Chloe. I think she's so fucking funny. I think she's actually one of the standouts on the show. I think herself and Jake, they're not in a relationship with one another, but I think the two of them deserve to win. I think Millie and Liam deserve to win as well. But, yeah, I love Chloe. I think she's so funny. But I can never make out what she's saying. She's always me and Teddy, we had sex. Or me and Toby, we got a full degree last night. Talk about having sex, like. She's just so funny. She's such an airhead at times, but she's hilarious. She's so cartoonish as well with her expressions. Then, Toby just acting like the fucking retard, just going on with a woman. Like, it's not the fact that he's going on with them. It's like he's selling them how much he likes them. And you can just tell he doesn't. Like that episode when he was like, I think my head is still with Chloe. I was like, no fucking way. I lost my shit. I thought it was so fucking funny. Jake is took a fucking hiding on the show because the producers are the most evil people on the planet. It's so fucking funny. They're sick, twisted individuals. They just set him up to kind of... They put a clip up before he was with Liberty. And... put up a clip of him like basically saying how much he's not that attracted to her, but he likes her. But this is the thing that I don't get. All the women thought he was an arsehole for saying that. Which, yeah, at the time, yeah, you might think he's an arsehole. But that was the first week. And I'm pretty sure it was like the second or third day. But it just goes to show that he ended up liking her for who she was. And I thought, like, that is the better way to be. To like people who for who they are, not just for their looks. What, would they rather that he just was mad about her and wanted to rip her clothes off straight away and then not liked her? You just can't please these people and fucking Faye. I can't stand that bitch. I cannot stand her. Like, you expect, like, people everywhere to not like her as well because she just acts like a cunt and a childish cunt at that. Like, as big as that bitch's lips are, guarantee her pussy lips are even bigger, that they can give herself a round of applause when she thinks she's doing really well in the show, or being an adult, as she fucking says. Best day when they come together like that, she claps like the Hulk and wind just comes fucking gushing out of her. She's such a wanker. I thought the way she dealt with the whole Teddy thing was so fucking retarded. I thought like a lot of people would want to row the house at this stage, but then again, you have to think about it. Probably people did vote around it, but the producers are smart. You get rid of her, you get rid of a lot of entertainment off that show, because a lot of people love to hate watch it. Like, I love to hate watch the show. I like the show because it's like trash TV, and I like some trash TV, but oh my god, do I fucking hate that cow. But if she wasn't in it, it'd be a lot less entertaining. Like, the couple that left during the week, Abby and fucking Dale, I thought, this is bullshit. Why did they leave it up to the housemates? Obviously, Kaz and Tyler are going to be kept in it. Guarantee if it was kept to the votes, they would have been gone. But if it was just Tyler and or Dale and fucking Abby, it probably wouldn't have been boring. It's more entertaining to have people you dislike in the show than people you like, because it's trash TV at the end of the day, and when you dislike them, it's even better. But that's it for the show. I wish it could have went on a little bit longer, but I don't know how long this episode's gone on for. Don't want to leave it too long and have people bored. Going to leave you with the little gangster Hezbollah again. I'm running out of Hezbollah clips. They're not doing as much clips lately. So if you find any, do send them on to me. But I think I'm going to start doing Abdul clips then next week, if I don't get any new fresh clips. But again, I seen the fucking Hezbollah cardboard cutouts. I'm getting one. He's going to be on the show, so I'm going to finally have a Hezbollah on the show. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Peace and love. Love you all.
This extraordinary creature is half blind, half deaf, and this is just about as fast as it can move.
Strictly professional. Dragon Man, try anything once.
The safe word will be whiskey.
Spell red.
You like a sweetie.
Everything that goes up must come down.